Tales of Two Eras: My Childhood versus Rizal's Youth. Rizal was known as a brilliant hero that we are have. Rizal's childhood was not different from my childhood. Rizal's mother was his first teacher, who had taught him how to read and pray, and who had encouraged him to write poetry. As I am, my first teacher was my mother. She first taught me how to read and write. She is my preschool teacher. Rizal also grew as a religious boy, spent much time in a church. Like me, I grew up in a Christian family. Every Sunday we spent our time at church, and since in my childhood I served in our church. I grew up in a Sunday school, taught by the stories of Jesus, how God created the earth. This is my childhood that made me who I am today.
Tales of Two Eras: My Childhood versus Rizal's Youth. Two world, two childhoods. This quote says how different my childhood was in comparison to Rizal's. Financially, I was born and raised in a less fortunate family. My parents didn't finish their schooling, which deprived them of the opportunity to secure good and stable jobs. I was introduced to a simple yet humble way of living. I grew up with limited resources. However, my parents are working hard to somehow provide us with our needs. Unlike Rizal, who had the privilege of living a pleased, luxurious life, but what made my childhood similar to his was how our parents valued education and strived hard to provide us the schooling. Just like Rizal, who cherishes his family and his country and is willing to make sacrifices, I am also prepared to do everything for my family to free them from poverty. While Rizal and I may have had different childhood experiences, we both share the willingness to fight for our loved ones. This is Romajan Sali Kanilanza from BSc English 2B, telling the tales of two eras: my childhood versus Rizal's youth.
Good day everyone, I am Luisa Mary Camia from BSed English 2B, and this is my video presentation about my childhood versus Rizal's childhood. My childhood was different from Mr. Rizal. He lived in a time when the Philippines was ruled by Spain, and even though he came from a good and wealthy family, he still had to deal with unfairness. Rizal from a young age displayed a remarkable dedication to learning, fueled by a thirst of knowledge and a love for writing. His childhood was marked by a passion for exploration, both intellectual and creative, a trait that ultimately led him to become a renowned writer and advocate for social change. At my young age, I was lucky because I got to go to school for free. At first, I didn't take my studies seriously. I always went to school, but that doesn't mean my purpose was to learn. Sometimes, I only went to school to play with my classmates and explore outside things. But when I went to college, my family helped me to understand how important education is. They always gave me advices, just like what Rizal's sister said, "Mag-aral ka ng mabuti, Jose, at nang may pagmamalaki ka namin." I'm the only one in my family who had opportunity to study college, so I have to study well to help them out in the future. I'm not good academically, but I'm determined to finish school so I can make life better for my family. Even though our lives were very different, Rizal and I have something in common. We both want to make things better for ourselves and our family through learning and hard work. He wanted to fight for his country, and I want to help my family. We both show that even if things are tough, we can still achieve our goals.
Good day everyone, I am Kristen Jane Eucado, and this is a compare and contrast of my childhood versus of Rizal's childhood. Jose Rizal's childhood was marked by a strong love for learning, family influence, and natural environment in Calamba, Laguna, while growing up under Spanish colonization. While my childhood likely occurred in a modern era with access to advanced education, technology, and cultural influences. However, both childhoods may share similarities in curiosity, family values, and unique formative experiences shaped by my environment. Jose Rizal's childhood was shaped by his intellectual curiosity, a nurturing family, and the cultural and historical backdrop of Spanish colonization in the Philippines. He grew up in a rural environment surrounded by nature, which inspired his love for the arts, literature, and patriotism. His early education was guided by his mother and private tutors, emphasizing discipline and religion, and my childhood might have taken place in a modern era with greater access to formal schooling, technology, and diverse cultural influences. While Rizal's hobbies revolve around traditional activities like reading and writing poetry, and they include contemporary interests such as digital media or modern sports. Despite these differences, both childhoods likely share common elements such as the importance of family, the drive to learn, and personal growth shaped by my unique environment and circumstances.
I am Mary Ann Alpios from BSed English 2B. My childhood versus Rizal's childhood. My childhood is similar to Jose Rizal's because we both grew up in families that valued education and encouraged us to do well in school. Like him, I was influenced by Filipino culture and traditions, which helped shape my values and identity. However, our childhoods differed in some important ways. Rizal started studying at a very young age and lived under Spanish rule, which made life much harder for him and limited his opportunities. In contrast, I had a normal childhood where I could enjoy my time, play, and balance my studies with other activities like sports and hobbies. I had more freedom to explore my interests and pursue different passions, allowing me to approach learning in a more relaxed and enjoyable way compared to the pressures Rizal faced during his childhood.
I am Glessel B. Tangkogo from BSed English 2B. My childhood versus Rizal's childhood. Dr. Rizal had a very close relationship with his father, Francisco Mercado. Don Francisco was a hardworking and influential figure in Rizal's life. He instilled in Rizal the values of hardworking, perseverance, and a love for his country. He was a model of diligence and a strong character, supporting his children's education and instilling moral principles in them. Rizal deeply admired his father for the guidance and strong values he imparted, which helped shape his growth into the person he became. In comparison, I also share a close relationship with my father, who plays a significant role in shaping who I am today, just as Don Francisco supported Rizal's development. My father has always been a guiding force in my life. He is someone I admired for his hard work and dedication, both towards our family in the values he teaches me and my siblings. He constantly encourages us to persevere, make good decisions, and live with integrity. My father's influence in my life is something I treasure deeply, much like how Rizal honored his father's role in his development. Just as Don Francisco shaped Rizal's character through his strength and guidance, my father has been the foundation of the values I carry with me today.